The X-Maxx is a really awesome truck, and I've got this thing upgraded to just about where I want it, but there's been one thing that's been bugging me that I really want to get fixed today. That is these battery trays. They're fine if you want to run Traxxas batteries, and there are a few other options for other batteries that you can run that aren't Traxxas, but the clips are kind of limiting. They limit the height of the battery tray, and I find it pretty annoying because I've got a bunch of these 4S packs, and these 4S packs just will not fit in here. So to fix this problem, I went ahead and picked up the WFO strap style battery mount. This is going to replace this clip, and it's going to allow you to run a lot more variety of batteries, and I think it's going to hold it in more secure. I've actually had these come undone during bashing and had my batteries fly out, and that can cause a lot of problems. You can rip things out of your ESC, break your connectors, and I'm just not interested in doing that anymore. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what you get in the kit, and then we'll get this thing installed. So in the kit, we get these two plates that are going to mount into the battery trays themselves. We get a couple of foam pads that you can put on top of those trays for padding your battery. We get a bunch of straps, and we get a bag full of mounting hardware. Now, what we don't get in this kit, and I find this really annoying, and it seems like it's something a lot of these aftermarket manufacturers do, is we don't get any instructions. We don't have a diagram of how it's supposed to be when it's installed. We don't know what these spacers are for. Don't really know how the straps are supposed to work. Fortunately, in this case, it's pretty straightforward, but in a lot of cases with these kinds of upgrade kits, it's not. And I think that manufacturers really are dropping the ball by not including some sort of instructions or at least a diagram or something like that, either on their website or in with the kit. Step one is just to get these stock battery hold downs removed. To do that, all you do is take these screws out here in the top, and then there's 4 screws in the bottom. Those will let these brackets come out. Then you just pull this out of the brackets and then put everything back together. I'm going to do that now. Once you've got those hold downs out, make sure you get these brackets reinstalled because they hold up things here in the center and they're important for the strength of the chassis. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to take one of our brackets here. They appear to be symmetrical on both sides and front to back, so it doesn't matter how you put it in. Lay it in the tray. Now there's a little bit of wiggle room front to back here. I'm going to try and just center it up as much as possible. And I'm going to mark the 4 holes where we're going to drill through to put the hold down bolts in. Once we've got that marked, we can go ahead and pull this back out, and we're going to drill out those 4 holes. Now, I didn't have exactly the right size drill, so the drill I'm using is 5/16. If you don't have a metric drill bit that'll fit the screws exactly, just find something that's close in Imperial that's as small as possible while still being able to fit the screws through. Go ahead and get these holes drilled. We got the holes drilled, so this is where a little bit of the confusion comes in for me. We've got this packet of hardware. It has screws and nuts and spacers and washers and no real indication as to what's supposed to go where. I believe the stack up is supposed to be like this, where you have the screw and then the washer coming up through the bottom of the body, then the spacer to give room for the straps to go underneath, then the plate, and then the nut. I'm going to go ahead and get this installed with that set up the way it is, with 2 straps going this way and 1 strap going long ways through these 2 inner holes. You can use the outer holes if you're going to be mounting larger batteries. I'm going to be mounting shorter batteries, so I'm going to use these inner ones. Go ahead and get this installed and we'll see how it looks. Install went fairly smoothly. Let's get a battery in here and see how it looks. Well, there we go. I have to admit, I'm not super thrilled with this. First of all, the screws that they use are Imperial, not metric, and I find that pretty frustrating because most of us are going to have metric tool sets because all RC cars for the most part are in metric. Second problem is the short straps are too long and the long strap is too short. I feel like this SMC 5200 milliamp hour battery is pretty common for what people are going to want to use this setup for, and the long strap just barely reaches, and the short straps are so long that I can't really get any purchase on them. Now, I mean, it's in there and it's going to be pretty securely held, but I really believe that these straps could be specified out better. For instance, I've got a set of these Techno straps, and this long strap will definitely be more appropriate for this, and the short straps are a little bit shorter. The Techno battery tray is basically the same setup as this is, and it works just fine. Who knows? Maybe I'm putting it together wrong. Like I said, no instructions makes it kind of difficult to tell. That being said, it did go together okay. I'm gonna go ahead and get the other side installed, and we'll take this thing out and bash it and see if these straps can hold this battery in. Well, as you can see, I got this side installed, and I went ahead and used my Techno 3-strap kit that I use on a lot of other setups, and this fits perfectly. The long strap is the right length and has plenty of adjustability for longer batteries, and the side straps are short enough that I can actually fasten them. I'm really not sure what WFO was thinking on those battery strap lengths. Anyway, let's get this thing out and take it for a bash and see how the whole kit holds up. Everything held up fine in bashing. I did end up using the WFO straps on this side and then the Techno straps on this side. Like I said, the WFO straps do technically work for this size of battery. Anything smaller and anything larger, I'm not sure it's going to work. These Techno straps will work great for this battery and for a lot of other batteries as well. So if you do end up getting this WFO kit, or if you already have it, you might want to take a look at getting these Techno straps. I will put a link to them in the description. I'm really not sure what WFO was thinking about when they put these other straps on here, but this is the solution. A little annoying that you have to spend extra money on something that you just bought though. Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.